She panics and accidentally, on purpose, spills her drink on him so that he doesn't end up drinking his. As Henry leaves to go to the bathroom to clean himself up, the bartender named Kara goes up to Violet and asks her how the date's going. And after Violet tells her that it's been going bad, she laughs and said that a guy at the other table also has had a bad date and that he's been staring at Violet all night. This alarms Violet because she knows whoever's been airdropping her stuff has been spying on her, so she goes to look at the man that she's talking about, and it turns out to be the quirky guy named Richard that she met at the beginning of the night as she was waiting for Henry. Violet goes up to Richard to confront him, saying that she knows that it's him who's been tormenting her, and he reveals that he's on the mayor's payroll and he personally will unalive Henry by the end of the night if Violet doesn't do so, because he already has video surveillance footage of Violet putting something in Henry's drink so that he can just frame Violet as the one who did it. And he also said that the police will easily believe that Violet was the one who did it because Violet already has a track record of a husband who became unalived because he thinks Violet did it to him. But in reality, Violet's ex-husband actually did it to himself, so he got that wrong. Henry then arrives out of the bathroom and sees Violet sitting next to Richard and joins them suspiciously. And they both urge Henry to drink the drink on the table that he avoided earlier so that he can finally become unalived. Right after Henry drinks it, Richard finally eats the panna cotta dessert that's been sitting on his table for a while. And that's when Violet looks at him and tells him that she actually used the substance to put inside of his dessert and pretended to put it into Henry's drink when she actually didn't. Richard is furious and attempts to pew right at Violet, but Henry steps in front of Violet to save her and he gets hit instead. A huge fight breaks out in the restaurant and the bartender gets injured, and Richard orders the masked man over the phone to unalive Violet's son Toby and her sister Jen back at the house. During the fight at the high-rise restaurant, the windows break and Richard accidentally falls out and becomes unalived, and Violet also falls out but grabs onto a piece of fabric at the last second that Henry uses to pull up and save her with his last bit of strength. Violet then promises to get help for all of them and leaves in Henry's car to go back to her house to save her family. Her sister Jen ends up fighting off the masked man in order to protect the son Toby, and she accidentally gets pew-pewed in the process. Violet begins fighting with the man, but right as he is about to overpower her, her son Toby secretly uses a remote control to drive a weapon onto one of his toy cars to Violet so that she can unalive the man. And Violet finally uses the weapon to unalive him. Fast forward later, we see Violet visiting Henry in the hospital while he's recovering, and they seem like they're falling in love. And her sister Jen is also there recovering from her injuries, but she jokingly sends a creepy airdrop to Violet, and Violet starts freaking out, and Jen says, "Too soon?" And we also find out that the mayor has been exposed for his crimes. The end. What movie should I spoil next?